Nick with Fire Wrangler, and today we're cooking with Cowboy. I don't know about you, but I really like a good old American cheeseburger. There's nothing better. Thick burger, thin burger, smash burger, doesn't matter. If it's a burger, it's gonna be good. But instead of cooking a regular old burger and throwing it on the gas grill, that's just not really fun, we're gonna kick it up a notch, and we're using the pellet smoker today. We're actually just smoking burgers. We're not grilling them, we're not using a hot and fast temp. We're gonna be around 250 or 275. We're gonna get awesome smoke all the way around it. We're using a real simple salt and pepper rub. Let's kick these things off. I got an 80-20 blend of ground beef here. I like a little bit coarser blend on my burger. You don't want these to be super thick, but you want them thick enough that they can take some smoke. When you're making a burger that you're gonna put in your smoker, I like to use the 80-20 blend. There's plenty of fat in it. You could even go to a 70-30, which is fine. If you get too lean, like a 93.7, there's only 7% fat for that lean burger. On a hot grill, it's gonna hold together, but in a smoker where it's gentle and it's kind of a longer process, that burger's gonna wanna fall apart. You want it to stick together, so 80-20, 70-30, keep a little fat in your beef. We're going real simple with our blend today. It's half salt, half pepper. This is kind of a Texas brisket style burger, if you will. As a matter of fact, if you happen to have the ability to grind a brisket or have your butcher grind a brisket, that's even better. All right, we're gonna season these pretty heavy. I like to go heavy on the salt, heavy on the pepper, especially when you're smoking, because it does get knocked off on the grill. If you're a pepper fan, you can even go heavier on the pepper. One of the tricks I do is I season heavy on one side and I allow myself to just kind of roll it all over that board as we go. We use our pellet smoker in conditions like rain because you don't have to worry about continually feeding wet wood into that fire and cussing because that fire won't stay lit. Make sure you get some good black and white all over the place. Roll them around. Like I always say, hit the edges because you eat those too. The pellets we're using today are Cowboy Brand charcoal pellets. So it's not a regular pellet, it's got charcoal flavoring in it, and it's not just flavoring, it's actually from real charcoal. So the oak and hickory lump charcoal that they make, the extra little pieces, the powders that fall off that get compressed. They get mixed with whatever flavor wood you want. So today we're using hickory, and that goes all into the pellet, so you get that flavor of the charcoal, you get that flavor of the hickory. It's a perfect blend, and it really makes a smoked burger a smoked burger. These look great. I'm getting on the grill before I get washed out. We'll be back, check these things in, maybe 45 minutes or so. The smell that's coming off this pellet cooker behind me is absolutely crazy good. It's that charcoal smell. I mean, it really does smell like you're cooking over live charcoal. I can't wait to try these. I just temped them, they're done. We're gonna pull them off. That pepper, that salt, it crusts on. I'll tell you, like I said before, what this reminds me of is like eating brisket, because you got that nice fatty beef in there. Those really simple flavors with the salt and the pepper. It's gonna be really, really rich and have that nice bite from the pepper and that good savoriness of the salt. We're gonna start building our burgers. I like to keep these really, really simple. There's a place for a big stacked burger with onions and peppers and jalapenos and all the good stuff on it. But when I have a really good piece of meat with really simple seasonings that I want that burger and that beef to really come through, this is how I like to do my burgers and keep it real simple. We make a quick kind of a barbecue style aioli, if you will, where you take your favorite barbecue sauce. I do about a 60-40 split, 40% barbecue sauce, 60% mayonnaise. If you don't like mayo, that's fine, you can be wrong. We're gonna go ahead and mix those all together. If you like a little bit of kick, you can put some hot sauce in it. But again, we're gonna keep it pretty simple today. Got some good dill pickle here as well. I like dill because the vinegariness of that dill really kind of cuts through the fattiness of the beef. I don't like that extra sweet from like a bread and butter pickle, so the dill really fits the bill for me. But again, you do you. This next part is where people are gonna come at me because we're using good old American cheese. And yes, I know it's not cheese. I really don't care, it's just dang good. And in my mind, when I build a burger like this is a prerequisite. You gotta use good old American cheese. It melts, it mixes, it's just so good. And last but not least, let's go throw those pickles on. Finish your assembly. Now, if you want that cheese to be nice and melty, you can pop that in the oven on a quick broil if you like. When you smoke your burgers low and slow like this, I'm honestly not as concerned about resting as I normally am. It's always good to rest your meat just a little bit, but there's some resting happening while we're building these burgers. You don't need to rest these for 30, 45 minutes like you would a big cut of meat. But it will help kind of melt the cheese a little bit. You get to give it a couple minutes. I want you to look at that right there. That is a thick and juicy salt and peppery burger. Big thick cut pickles, nice, again, good old American cheese. It's super basic, guys. Like I said, there's a million ways to make burgers and all of them are good, but there's something about just having a really nice basic recipe with that really good smoke, that really good charcoal smoke we get from those Cowboy pellets. I'm really excited to bite into this. These burgers are calling my name. This is gonna be killer. Nailed it. I'm Nick. You can find this recipe and so many more at cowboycharcoal.com. And until next time, keep cooking with Cowboy.